How do you talk to your parents about getting married? Assalamu alaikum, this is your brother Muhammad Rashid, and in this very important video, I'm going to be telling you exactly the 3 simple steps that you need to do to talk to your parents about getting married. Whether you have someone, whether you don't, whatever the situation. Now, before I do that, I just want to say that this is a question I've been getting for a while. I remember a long time ago, there was a sister that asked this question. More recently, a brother asked me this question. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to get to it and I'm going to answer it and go into it quite deep. So let's get started. The first thing is prepare the proposal. Prepare the proposal. Now, I want you to think about how you view proposals in Bollywood or Hollywood movies, right? Like the way a guy proposes, in the sense that he will get everything ready. He'll choose the perfect moment. He'll choose the perfect place. He'll have something in mind in the way that he's going to do it. He'll practice it. He'll get it ready. All of this kind of stuff. And I think that although you're not proposing to your parents, you are making some form of a proposal, which is, I am single, I want to get married, or I need to get married, or I have someone to get married to. And so with that in mind, what I would say is preparation is key, right? So just like a Hollywood or Bollywood person would prepare the proposal, you need to do the same. You need to think about, when is a good time to talk to my parents? Like, obviously, don't choose a time which is like, everyone's stressed, or you just had an argument with your parents and then you bring it up. So you need to choose the right time. You need to choose the right place, right? You want to make sure that, it's a comfortable environment. It's not something like, you don't want to do it in the kitchen maybe, or maybe you want to do it in the kitchen because it's informal. But choose the right environment. Also think about, like, do you want to speak to your mum and dad at the same time? Do you want to speak to them separately? Do you want to speak to the one that you're closer to? Think about what you're exactly going to say. Like, how are you going to talk about it? How are you going to start it? What if they don't really understand you? How else could you say it? And so everything around preparing to have the discussion, that will not only make you feel better, but it will make the conversation go better as well. So like I said, the first thing is for you to really think of it like you're making a real proposal to someone, and give it the time, energy, effort, and planning that you would give to something like that. The second thing is very important, and it is feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. What do I mean by this? Well, basically, the thing is that there's never going to be a good time to discuss this. Like, although you can plan it, although you can prepare, although you can do everything possible, it might not feel like the right thing. It might feel scary. It might feel uncomfortable. It might feel difficult. It might feel like you just don't want to do it, right? So when you have that kind of mindset that, I don't want to do it, I'm scared, I feel bad about this, the only thing to do in that situation is to have courage. And what is courage? Courage is feeling the fear and doing the action anyway, right? And so this is something that you need to get into your head, that, look, by hook or by crook, I am going to do it. It doesn't matter if I feel scared. It doesn't matter if I feel anxious or doubtful or worried. This is all side stuff. I must go ahead and I must do it, right? Now, when you do it, obviously, like I said, you're going to prepare for it, you're going to do all those kind of things, but ultimately you just need to say to yourself, this is the time, this is the day, or this is the place, or this is the situation, and then just do it. And practice your first 30 seconds. Like, be very clear. You might say, Mum, Dad, there's something really important I need to talk to you about, right? So it gives them context. And then you can say, please let me know when's a good time and we can sit down. Now, most parents will be like, uh-oh, what's going on here? Like, okay, let's sit down type of thing, right? So this is something that I would advise, that you really make sure that when it comes down to it, you don't let fear get in the way. And so just saying those first 30 seconds or even those first 2 sentences, that will put you in it. And then you're like, okay, I'm here now. I've got to talk about it, right? So just do that. Of course, you can ask for help. Maybe, you want someone who's close to you in the family, maybe a sibling, maybe someone else to be around and help you and all that stuff. You can always ask others for help. So that's something important as well. The third thing is, I would say, remember that the key is to be unified. Okay, the ultimate objective is for you guys to be unified. Why do I say that? Because, look, when you go into it, sometimes, especially if you have someone in mind, you're going to be going there thinking, okay, I have an agenda, I have someone, I need to now push my parents to accept or do that. Or if you're a parent, you're thinking, I have someone in mind for my child doesn't have anyone, I have to now push my agenda. And really, this is not the way to think about it, because ultimately what we know is that when it comes to marriage, this is something that the family has a massive, massive influence over. And so for us, what's going to happen is if we don't have everyone on the same team, we're basically going to lose. So for example, if a parent tries to force a child to get married to someone they don't want to, that's going to end in disaster. If a child goes with someone that the parents completely disagree with, that's going to be disaster. So unfortunately, this might be not nice for you to hear, but the truth is that the objective is not for you to actually get married to whoever you want, or your parents just get you married to whoever they want, but the objective is for you to be unified and to be a team. And the way you do that is when you have the conversation, you need to be very, very clear, right? You need to say, look, I'm having this conversation with you because it's something so important to me. You guys are so special to me. I wanted to let you know this is my intention. So when you have really important conversation like this, you need to make sure that you set the context. You make safety there, right? You could say, Mom, Dad, going to speak to you about something really important. When you get time, please let me know. Let's sit down. When you sit down, say, Mom, it's very hard for me to talk to you about this. Dad, it's very difficult for me to talk to you about this, but I really need to do it. And I think that in my life I can't do anything without you of this level. I need your help. I have something in mind, and I want you to get your advice on it, and get their advice on it. And this is one of the things, if you're a parent or if you're a child, you need to be open-minded, because if you're just going there to push your agenda, this is not the way to communicate effectively. If you want to do a great job, you need to be there, you need to understand, you need to realize that your parents or your children will see a perspective that you don't. And so by them seeing that perspective, they might actually have advice and guidance for you that you didn't see. So don't be hard-headed and be like, this is it, this is it. Like, go there, try and understand their view, understand how they feel. Make sure that you realize that this might be a shock for them. This is something new for them. This might be something that they're not clear about. But ultimately, you need to also do some contrasting. Contrasting is where you say, okay, look, my intention is to do this, it's not to do this. So Mom, Dad, my intention is to actually speak to you openly about getting married. It's not to try and force you to accept what I want, or it's not to try and hurt you, or to try to disrespect you because I'm suggesting someone or anything like that. It's nothing like that. This is actually the situation. And you can just be very open. You can say, look, it's very difficult for me to talk about this, but I thought it was really, really important, and I really, really wanted to do it, and I thought that, you would be there. So you need to have respect for each other. You need to have respect to understand their world, understand their view. You need to get their advice. But ultimately, it's about you guys getting unified and saying, okay, look, this is someone you're considering. Let's give it a real shot. Or, you know what, I don't think it's a good idea for this reason and that reason. And for you to be an adult about it. If you're going to your parents to talk about marriage, you have to show a level of maturity. And, if their initial reaction is to say, no, I don't think this is a good idea, or this is not a good person. If you start being a baby and start throwing your toys out of the pram and being like, no, this is ridiculous, how can you not listen to me, and all this stuff, that doesn't show maturity, right? So at the heart of it, you need to show maturity, you need to be unified, and you need to realize that a successful marriage will come when the parents and the child are basically all unified on the type of person that they're marrying, because marriage is hard anyway without having someone in your family against the marriage, right? So I hope that this helps. Like I said, the main 3 ways to do this, if you really want to do this, inshallah. The first thing is for you to prepare the proposal. Prepare it like you would a proper proposal when you're speaking to them. Second thing is for you to really make sure that you feel the fear, because you're going to feel anxious and fear, but you're going to do it anyway. Just do it no matter what, right? Nike says, just do it. And then the third thing is, remember, the whole objective is to be unified, for everyone to be on the same team. And this is how you're going to be doing it. You're going to say, Mom, Dad, ultimately, you want me to be happy. You want me to be married. I want to be happy. I want to be married. We just need to find a way of getting this done, right? And have that commonality in the way that you do it. So I pray that Allah makes it easy for you to do this. This is something that everyone has to go through. Everyone goes through. So may Allah make it easy for you. May Allah bless you with an amazing partner and make you a family of Jannatul Firdaus. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.